Oh boy, this is a big one. We talked about this a bit on Discord. Madam Web and Sony's really fucking bad Spider-Verse films. Jesus. Just yeah, he knows. I prepped for this extensively. I have an article and everything here. So first of all, let's talk about Madam
Web. It's crazy that you have an article.
Yeah,
you have an article.
I have the whole fucking article linked here, and there's a quote that I copied and pasted, which is crazy. So first of all, Madam Web. So I looked at the reviews. Not good. Angry Joe shit on it for an hour and a half. 90 minutes.
I want to preface this by saying to any listeners, I'm seeing Madam Web tomorrow.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, so I do know somewhat what the movie's about and what happens in it, but I haven't seen it yet, so I will see it tomorrow.
Consider this all speculation. If you really give a fuck, consider this all speculation, okay? Before you come, but you haven't seen the movie yet. How do you know if it's good? Bitch, don't play with me, okay? It's like saying The Room is a good movie unless you have seen it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck off. It's obvious it's gonna be bad, okay? And that was me from day one. Now that the reviews have come out, please, please, don't give me that shit. So let me talk a little bit of shit about Madam Web, okay? First of all, why does this film exist? Why does this film exist? Como se dice? There's a few things that I wanted to talk about, and I even have a point that Dorian made beautifully that I want him to read out. But let me just say this. One word. Money. Yeah. Money. Sony wants to capitalize on the MCU. Now, when I saw that, I think her name's Dakota Johnson, correct?
Yeah.
When
50 Shades of Grey girl.
Right. When I saw Dakota Johnson... that was in the movie, I'm like, okay, this might actually be pretty good. You know, she's a respectable actor. You know, she's pretty choosy with the scripts. You know, it seems like it's gonna be good. Turns out that Dakota Johnson, once she realized how much of a fucking dumpster fire this film was, fired her entire team. Everybody that influenced her to do the movie because she wanted to do a Marvel movie, just any. You know, I like the MCU. She fired her fucking manager. Brother, that's how bad this movie was. That she's like, you guys wanted me to be in this? Oh, fuck off. No, I can't do this. Yeah. And she fired everyone.
Respect to her for doing that. Respect.
I respect, because you can tell. Apparently, I've been looking at some reviews. Angry Joe mentioned this. Apparently, you could tell that Dakota Johnson was trying, and then halfway through the film, she wasn't anymore. So I'm like, oh, okay. I see what happened. You know?
They gave her the rest of the script.
Oh, it's ridiculous, man. Come on, say it. So we know that even Dakota Johnson was deceived into getting into this film. She didn't even know how bad it was. So I'm glad that it wasn't just her thinking, "Oh, this looks like a fun script. I'll make some money." No, that's not what she was thinking at all. She fired her fucking team, so she didn't even know. So she isn't the one to be prosecuted today. All right, I just want to put that out there because we're gonna talk a lot of shit. Okay, okay. So. I read a theory on the Spider-Verse films and why they exist. The Venom films, the Morbius. Why do they exist? They're so bad. How the fuck do they get past the studios? How do the studios greenlight these projects? How do they get released? If a movie like Batwoman, I think it was Batwoman, who got canceled just so there can be a fucking, insurance benefits? Batgirl, yeah, that one. Yeah. Just so there could be insurance benefits?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tax write-off. You got it. I'm just surprised that movies like the Spider-Verse films can be created. I'm not talking about the Spider-Man movies. The trilogy, pretty good. I'm talking about all the other ones. So, Sweeto...
He's talking about the live-action Spider-Man movies that don't have Spider-Man in them.
Yeah, you're right. That one.
Yeah.
So, I just want to preface this by saying Sweeto shared a really good point. Squeedo, they're in the pinned messages. Go ahead and just read it. It's in order from top to bottom. Go ahead.
All right. So, of course, it's to keep the license, but also to cash in on general audiences who don't understand that these films are not connected to the MCU. Sony doesn't have some grand plan to bring all these films together as one large franchise. They just legally have to do something with the Spider-Man license. Those films aren't made by artists, but by boardroom executives who don't understand the first thing about building a franchise.
That's it. He's got it. That's an exclamation mark at the end of the day. Now, I was thinking, well, legally, I want to look this up and make sure that, it's legit before I spew it on the internet, correct? So I actually did research. Holy shit. And,
Wow.
I have a point now that it legit says cite these paragraphs for the quote unquote Sony makes these movies so they can reinforce and leverage the Spider-Man IP argument. Jesus, I couldn't breathe. So, big quote here. This article is from GQ.com. There will be a link in the description to said article, but I pulled a quote. Sony's agreement with Marvel included a condition requiring the studio to commence production on a dedicated Spider-Man movie within a stipulated time frame that works out to once every 5 years and 9 months. If Sony were to miss that target, the studio could lose a major piece of the IP portfolio. Remember when 2014's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 pulled in less money at the box office than any previous Spider-Man movie, and how quickly Sony partnered up with the then ascendant Marvel Studios to reboot the franchise with the MCU set Tom Holland's Spider-Man films? The 5 years and 9 months deal is part of the reason why. So basically, that line is, how they went from Andrew Garfield to Tom Holland so quickly and they teamed up with the MCU. It's because of their agreements of making a Spider-Man film, making a Spider-Man franchise within 5 years and 9 months. So that's what that was. Mm-hmm. They had to green light it and they had to go because of their agreement. Let's see here. So are all these extra movies Sony's way of leveraging the most from the Spider-Man IP that they can, now that Tom Holland is on loan to the MCU? That's exactly what I'm thinking. And so the last part of the quote is, yes, exactly. The licensing deal between Sony and Marvel means Sony also controls the film rights to roughly 900 characters from the Spider-Man universe. A rich portfolio of supporting characters who arguably become a lot less compelling once you remove the guy they're meant to, support, end quote. They were firing shots, you know what I mean? So
is gonna be
let me just summarize the paragraph really quickly. Yes, Sony and Marvel made an agreement that, brother, if you're gonna own the Spider-Man IP, you gotta use it. If you don't use it, motherfucker, we're gonna take it. And it's like, shit, all right, let's jump to the Spider-Man movie. Now with the Tom Holland. Now that we're making Tom Holland movies, we should probably up the Spider-Verse because we have over 900 characters in our arsenal and we're not using any of them. And eventually people are going to get sick of Spider-Man movies. So fuck it. We're going to make our own universe. Are the movies going to be good? No, absolutely not. But they're going to make a little bit of money. And when they make that little bit of money, we're going to be able to leverage against Marvel Studios. In other words, motherfuckers are fighting for independence. Don't watch these movies. They don't care about them. So why should you? Done deal. That's it.
Yeah. But even then, like, their mindset going into these movies is the most brain dead fucking executive decisions I've ever seen.
No originality. Continue.
It's not just no originality, but they mention how the characters don't work without Spider-Man. My brother in Christ, you have the Spider-Man film license. Just make a Spider-Man movie. Like, it's not hard. Just put Spider-Man in the fucking movies.
I think a great fucking way to put this in perspective is look at the WWE. What they do is that they take talent they've had for years and is established, and they take that talent and they use that talent to put over new guys. So why the fuck aren't you doing that with Spider-Man? I don't understand. Have Spider-Man fight Venom, and then Venom has his own movie. Oh shit, how fucking complicated is that? We'll never know. Instead of putting a fucking instead of just putting Venom at the end fucking credit scene. What the fuck? Brother.
And you can't even make an excuse of it's just like, oh, people like are gonna get confused between Tom Holland and another Spider-Man.
Fuck off!
The Spider-Verse movies literally introduced an infinite amount of Spider-Man. You can make a live-action Spider-Man franchise separate from the MCU. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and they're not doing it.
I agree. They could do whatever the fuck they want. They're not fucking doing it. There's no originality. They are simply trying to make money. Let me point something out here. For people who make that argument that people won't know the difference. Listen, people are stupid, but they are not that fucking stupid. All right? So I'm just I'm just saying. It is what it is. All right? People can be fucking stupid, but that stupid, they don't know the difference. Fuck off. Come on. I mean, look at the if that's the case, what about Spider-Man Miles Morales? Huh? They don't know the difference. Well, then what about the fucking Miles Morales movies, huh? People are that fucking stupid.
I have a better example. Look at fucking Batman. We had Robert Pattinson's Batman have a solo movie, and then a year later, both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton were in the Flash movie at the same time.
That's the literal best example. People aren't that fucking stupid, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
People will get it. People will get it.
If there's a different person in the fucking suit, then we know. Look at No Way Home! Are they all the same Spider-Man? No, they're different ones! Fuck off!
Yeah. They just all happen to be named Peter Parker.
Fuck off!
It's not hard.
Literally, I don't understand what that argument is. That's so ridiculous.
The most baffling thing to me, though, is how do they keep getting these actors to be in this? Because look at Kraven the Hunter coming out later this year. They have fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson and Russell Crowe in the movie.
Money.
They have to be paying them fat fucking stacks.
Yeah.
There's no way that these actors are reading the script and being like, yeah, I'll be in this movie.
And we're gonna say is that you got the money, and also because people like the MCU, it's like, oh, they might be bad roles now, but they'll be better, you know? No, that's not the case at all. I mean, look at fucking Venom. They got Tom fucking Hardy.
Got Tom Hardy.
Fucking Hardy for Venom, and Woody Harrelson for Carnage. Woody fucking Harrelson for Carnage, brother. I can't. And Jared Leto for Morbius. Like, what the fuck? How?
These movies can't be real.
They can't be real. It must be a prank. It must be a prank devised by the almighty cinema gods at Marvel Studios. And they're pranking us. That's it. This is ridiculous. This movie is a scam. Do not watch Madam Web. It is literally just, hey, here's some cheap moments. People who feel trauma right now, you're going to understand. Why? You don't know. It doesn't matter. Enjoy. That's it. Yeah, it's dumb.
Can't wait to see it tomorrow.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's going to see it with a friend of his, man. I can't do it. I can't spend money on that. He works there, so he gets it for free. Motherfucker.
Yeah. I work at a movie theater. It's free, guys. I saw Morbius for free. Don't worry about it.
I could never pay money to see Morbius, ever.
I can say firsthand, though, working at a movie theater, there are 100%. Most of the people going to see those movies think it's in the MCU, and it's not. It's really not. I have to stop them and explain, be like, you realize what you're about to see.
My man's the fucking gatekeeper. Is like, before you enter, are you old? Are you tall enough to ride this ride?
I remember opening fucking day of Morbius. I was an usher, so I had to clean the theaters after people watched the movie and everything. God. And Morbius was pretty packed. Opening weekend, surprisingly, at the theater I work at. And as people were walking out, just to see, what the emotion was coming out of the movie, I asked everyone, how was it? And most of the answers I got said, that movie was pretty great. Damn. I think these people are justifying the fact that they spent money and that it's a bad movie.
Damn.
So they're convincing themselves that it was good. It's when it's not.
Ain't no
That's
fucking
how I
way.
see it. I guess that's just me being ignorant. Who knows? Maybe some, dude just wanted to have a good time and watch a cool vampire movie, and he liked it. I wouldn't blame him. Like, all right, like that. If that's what you wanted and that's what you got, and you're happy, then I'm happy.
This is cool.
But
ain't no way. That's cool.
If you're like a Marvel fan, and you go to see Morbius and you say it's good, I gotta see your ranking of the entire MCU.
Right?
I have to.
I think when they say great, that's the thing, right? Is that there are a lot of people, general audiences, they don't watch movies like we do. I think when they mean great was, I was able to turn my brain off for 2.5 hours. I'm going to get back to work.
It was a movie.
Exactly. Yeah. It was a movie. That's it. That's all it was. There was a beginning and end. Great. That's it.
And the thing of, people thinking it's in the MCU, it's not just, audiences being stupid. It's Sony directly saying shit like in all the trailers and commercials for Morbius, a new Marvel legend arrived. It says Marvel on the poster. People are going to think it's MCU. Sony is single-handedly ruining the Marvel brand from the inside. And, I already have my gripes with the MCU, but those movies have way more personality than any of the Sony live-action Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. The fact that the Sony Spider-Verse movies are worse than the mixed bags we've been getting recently out of the MCU speaks dividends Okay, that's it.
Yeah, there's only a few MCU movies that I would say are bad.
Mm-hmm.
At worst, many of them are just mid.
Like
Um,
I'd
even
rather
though,
watch Captain Marvel than watch any Spider-Verse movie. Seriously.
yeah, and I know the Venom movies have their fans, which I don't understand at all. I think those movies are god awful.
I watched
I
the
feel like
Venom movies in theaters
these
and I thought they were
developments.
okay. And then we watched them and I was like, okay, the theater shine has worn off. This is horrible. That's it. You know?
The best part about the second Venom movie when I saw it in theaters was when Carnage said "Let there be carnage" and the whole theater vibrated. That's it. That's all. That was the best part.
Literally one of the moments of all time, indeed.
Yes, one of the moments of all time,
Oh.
and I immediately forgot about that scene as soon as I walked out of the theater until now.
Did you see it in Dolby at least? See?
I did not. It
Damn.
was already out of Dolby by the time I watched. It was like pretty late into
Oh, didn't we
its
see it
theatrical
together?
run.
Like it was like a fucking. It was Venom. Oh no, we didn't see it together. We saw it separately, and then our friends at AMC they saw Venom Let There Be Carnage before we watched Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Venom Let There Be Carnage.
No,
literally...
it wasn't.
What's up?
They weren't watching Venom. They were watching the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies in a theater.
Right, it was one
before No Way
when
Home.
did we see? It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Well, como se
Yeah.
dice. But
We're getting off topic.
yeah, right. But at the end of the day, this fucking Spider-Verse bullshit is just that bullshit.
Yeah,
and that's it. So
yeah. If any of you guys are excited for Kraven the Hunter coming out this year, don't get your hopes up.
Don't get your hopes up.
Venom 3 is supposedly coming out at the end of the year. Don't get your hopes up for that either. It's probably gonna be shit.
Yo, is there gonna be more Spider-Verse movies this year than fucking MCU movies?
Yeah.
Holy
the only
shit!
MCU movie coming out is Deadpool 3, and the only DC movie coming out is Joker 2.
Combined?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Sony is really like, okay, so Marvel delayed
Yeah.
all their movies, so they only have Deadpool 3, and then DC is going through like that whole reboot phase, so they only have Joker 2. Sony really came in and just said, it's my time to shine.
Hey,
and they slated 3 movies for this year.
Yo, dog. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but let me just point something out. I think Judgment Day is coming. I think Jesus Christ is rising. The world is kaput, alright? We just need the big meteor to hit the fucking core, alright? Jesus Christ.
I just imagined that scene
from
cool,
Terminator 2, but at the end of the day, it's nowhere near as profitable
nuclear
as
explosion on Judgment Day, and
it's
it's
not,
like
and there's a lot more
POV
work.
opening day of Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all best beg for forgiveness, because he's coming back. This is ridiculous. Oh, shit. Fuck. That's all I have for that. You.
Yeah, don't give Sony your money unless it's an animated Spider-Verse movie.